All right. Well, welcome to another episode of Levi's Youth Sports Talk. First off, thanks to sponsor Justin Womack for the chain and Steve Aguado for the banner that you see behind me. I'm the host, Levi, who this podcast is not about. Now, let's welcome 2026 Amari Adams of IMG Academy and Samford University commit. So, welcome to the show, Amari.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. So, at what age did you start playing softball?
I started playing softball at 6. So I was doing soccer and everything before, and I also did pageants at the time. And then I was not a soccer player at all. And my dad was like, "We got to get you into another sport. You can't just do pageants." And then I started softball.
Okay, so when you first started, where I like to ask this question, right? When you first started, were you the one was out there kicking dirt, playing in the sand, picking flowers?
Yes,
Or you? She said
yes,
yes.
yes. I was playing outfield some days, and I was just picking up flowers and everything.
Not caring what's going on up
Mm-mm,
there, right?
mm-mm, mm-mm.
So, all right. So once you got into it, right? Were you always an outfielder, or did you play other positions?
I played first base and then I caught a little bit, but I played for NC Intensity, and my coach was just like, "Nope, putting you in the outfield."
You got to so you have like speed, you're
Yeah.
fast, or okay,
Mhm.
so it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste this speed behind the
Yeah.
plate. So for you, what's the best part about playing outfield and why?
My favorite part is just being like the last line of defense. And like those are like where the top 10 plays, at least in my opinion, come from. Like you see Aaliyah Andrews like making diving catches and all of this. And that's something that I also really look up to. And just seeing how good the out like if you have a good outfield, you're more likely to win a game. And just knowing that I am an outfielder and that I can change the momentum of a game is just really, really fun.
Okay, because when you're younger, you playing in the 8U, maybe first
Mhm.
year 10U, right? It's like you coaches put you in the outfield, and they feel like parents feel like it's like a punishment. Right? Like,
Mhm.
why are you putting my kid out there? So
Mhm.
to for a player to wanna go to the outfield, wanna be in the outfield is a good thing.
Mm. Yes.
So, what was your wow moment? As in, when was it that said, like, I'm pretty good at the game of softball?
I was playing outfield, and it was a few years ago, and a ball got hit straight to the gap, and it got hit to the fence, and I get it, and I pick up the ball and I throw it, and I got the girl out all the way at second, just like from the fence all the way to second, and that was like a really big like momentum changer in the game. Like it was a really really good game. And we were all hype after that, and then we started hitting, and then we started doing this and this and that, and I was just like, wow, this game is fun, and wow, I'm like pretty good at outfield.
So like before that, did you have like a moment of play, or something maybe in your younger years that made you just realize how good you were at the game of softball?
Mm, I think when I started like slapping and stuff when I was younger, and then I learned how to like bunt, and then I went this one weekend, I bunted like a 700, and all I did was bunt, and I was like, wow, I can beat a ball out. I'm actually really good at this. And then
Yeah.
that like really like my confidence like after that was like really high, but before
Mhm.
that I was like very like in my head and everything. But when I was just out there and I was like, just bunt or just do something to get on, and I actually did it, I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this.
So like, how often do you bunt? Do when you going up to the plate, are you automatically slap bunt, or do you also hit away at times?
At times I'll hit away, but I usually start off with like bunting, or like I'll show bunt and pull back to see
Mhm.
what the infield and outfield's gonna do. And if the outfield's playing me really far in, then I'll hit. But like if they're still playing far back, I'll either bunt or I'll slap.
Okay. So like, say like if the coach, give the signal, give you a certain play, and say she give you like a hit away symbol, but like you said, you read the defense and and they're playing back, do you just change what you know what you're gonna do, or you go along with the call that was gave to you?
I'm used to my coaches telling me what to do, and I think also being at IMG, my coach doesn't tell me what to do, and she's more like a you got to figure it out yourself and see what's going to work and what's not. And so now I'm more like a okay, I see this opportunity, I'm going to take it. But when like younger, I would be like, okay, what do I do? Like, what do you want me to do?
Okay. What's one memorable play you made since playing softball?
Since playing softball, I was at a camp and they were doing live front toss and stuff, and
Mhm.
they still wanted us to like play the ball off, and the ball was hit again into the gap, and I was just running, and then I literally made like an Aaliyah Andrews like dive, and I caught the ball, and it was like amazing. I have it on video, and I always go back to the video, and I'm just like, wow, that was such a good play.
So like did you get did somebody like actually teach you how to dive for balls, or did you just pick it up watching maybe highlight? I mean, you didn't say Aaliyah Andrews twice, so do you
Mhm.
watch her highlights and see the way she dive, and that's how you picked it up, or do you actually do diving drills to help you dive for the catches?
When I was younger, I was just throwing my body out everywhere, honestly. And then when I got older, my coaches were like, "Well, let's not get hurt. Like, let's try and do it
Mhm.
the right way." But when I was younger, no, I just went. I was like, "I'm gonna catch this ball no matter what."
Life on the line, right? We gonna go get
Yeah.
it. We going for this. I hear you. I hear you. So, all right, going to IMG, right? How do you balance sports, academics, and then everyday life?
With the schedule that we're given, it's very easy to balance all of those. Like we have school in the morning, ends around 12 or like 11:20. Then we have lunch, and then we start practice at like 1 o'clock, and then we end around 5. So and then after that, I'll do my homework for maybe 2 hours, and it's only 7 o'clock, and then I'll hang out with my friends. So I think when I first started, it was really hard because I always wanted to hang out with my friends and not focus on school as much. But now I kind of got like a schedule going to where I do my homework first and then I hang out with my friends.
Okay, okay. So I know IMG is a prep school. So what made you want to go to IMG, and how is it there at IMG?
The main reason that I wanted to go to IMG was because I'm getting ready to go to college, and
Mhm.
this school is basically, I would say, like a mini college. And talking to my coaches, it sounds about the same schedule that I have here. And just like to be ready and already have like the transition from high school to college, my senior year was going to make my freshman year even easier with time management and all my hard classes and stuff. And I honestly love the school. I love my coaches, I love my teammates, I love my dorm, I love all my dorm mentors and everything. Like it's literally paradise to me.
Mhm. So like IMG is literally, because I mean I've heard, I'm a basketball guy,
Mm.
played basketball all my life. So I listen to a lot of basketball podcasts, and I hear the people that went to IMG and they talk about it. So is it literally like you said? Is it literally like kind of like you going like you in college already?
Yes, you got to wake up at around like 7 o'clock. You got to get to school at 7:40. You have three classes that are like an hour each, and then you have lunch from 11:30 to 12 or like 1 depending on when like what time your practice starts. And then after that we have lift at from usually like 1 to 2, and then we have 2-hour practice, and then after we might have something, depends on the day. But and then after that we're just free to do whatever we want after. So I would say it's very college built.
Okay, okay. What's the hardest part about going to IMG?
The hardest part for me was being from North Carolina. It's about a 9 to 10 hour drive, depending on traffic. So I can't see my family as much. I can't see like my old friends and stuff. And I haven't seen at least I haven't seen I saw my dad a few weeks ago because he came down when we played, but I haven't seen my mom since I think December. So like just knowing like being very homesick and everything, that's probably been the hardest part.
Dang, that has to be pretty tough. Like
Yeah.
but that's a mental part of it, right? You
Mhm.
gotta that let you know. Excuse me. That lets you know like that you really want it, right? Like
Mhm. Yes,
because
sir.
for a high school kid to just leave their parents and leave everything, like that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it
That-
was very tough. First month, it was like, whew, especially now that I have three brothers, and the youngest one just turned 6 months. So I left like when he was just a few weeks old. So now I can't really see him either. And like my mom has to send me pictures of him, like, oh, 6 months, oh this, oh he can crawl. It's just like hard to not be like there in the moment. But
Okay, dang. So like you do a lot of is it a lot of FaceTime calling
yeah.
and things like that? Dang.
Yes, I call them probably 6 million times every week.
Let them know I'm still here. I'm still here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what made you fall in love with softball?
I would say the friendships and all like I loved all my coaches growing up and all like the tight knit community because the softball world is pretty small, at least in my opinion. And all my friendships, like the girls that I played with in 8U, I'm still close friends with, and just knowing that I have connections like everywhere because of softball really like made me love the sport.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, right? That
Hmm.
you still friends with girls even though like you say you're 9 to 10 hours away from where
Hmm.
they at. So that's
Hmm.
good that you are able to keep those friends from back at your in home. So dang, that's so do you keep in touch with them as in do you call them also FaceTime and stuff like that to keep
Hmm.
yourself in the loop?
Yeah, we have like our monthly debriefs and stuff. It's so fun. We just have a night that we call each other, and it's just so fun. Yeah,
Okay, that's good. What part of your game has improved over the years?
I would say my slapping. I started slapping when I was, I think, 10 to 11,
Hmm.
and just going from having like to stand in the box and hit to then having to move through the box and then having to have really good ball placement. I think I've really improved over the years, especially like learning how like to do like a bounce slap, how to bunt, how to do a power slap if I have to. Like I think that has always been like my goal to get better at slapping because that's gonna make me like a triple threat in college.
Yeah, and I know it's tough. It's pretty.
Hmm.
It's got to be tough, to
Yeah.
slap. Right, pitchers moving the ball, you moving, you like seeing the ball. Like I don't know how y'all do it. I see it like I see it a lot. I'm around my daughter play.
Hmm.
She's nowhere near a slapper. She's more like a power hitter. But I like just to see and I love to see the girls out there playing and just how tough the game is and
Yes.
just able to make these plays. And then you turn on the TV and you be like, dang, this college girl just made a play. I just seen a girl in 14, 12. You just made this play. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So like what's the team like at IMG? I'm pretty sure y'all are from all different places. So how was it, to building chemistry with players that I mean like that you have no idea who they are when you first get there?
So originally at the beginning of the year, we still have like around 30 girls, and we have a girl we have two girls that are from, I want to say, Korea, and then we have a girl that's from Puerto Rico, and then we have a girl that like her parents were like she was kind of raised in the DR and stuff like that, and just like knowing that like what they know is completely different from what we know, especially the girl that's from out of the country. Like she came here and she was like, they don't even use like regular softballs, they use rubber balls. And so the culture was like very, very different. But I think we all like now that we have our two separate teams, our culture for the national team is to always compete and do the best that we absolutely can. Like that's our biggest standard, no matter like, and always have energy. Like if you're feeling 30%, at least give your full 30, like give a full 100 out of that 30, and then always picking each other up. And I think we're meshing really well as a team. We're playing together, especially knowing each other for about maybe like 5 to 6 months. And I think that our culture is growing a lot. Our standards are getting a lot better, and I think we're really coming together as a team.
Okay. So I know when we was messing, you mentioned y'all had to travel. Like how often do y'all travel for games?
This past We got back yesterday from Coral Springs, about 3 hour drive, and then the week prior to that we went to a school 2 hours away, and then the week before that we were in Texas. So we travel
Oh
basically
wow.
every single week for away games, but all of our away games are at the beginning of the season, so I think we're gonna start having some home games and stuff.
Okay. So talk about your recruiting process and what made you commit to Samford.
Yes. So my recruitment process was really rough, to be honest, and it was very, very stressful, and it was just a lot. I come from a team that everybody on the team is already all of our seniors are all committed, and we're all going to really big schools. And I think like while I was getting recruited, I was also comparing myself to my teammates, which is something you should never do. Like my journey is going to completely different than my teammates. And I got the calls that I wanted on September 1st. Like I talked to App State, Georgia State, Campbell, Dartmouth, Samford. I talked to a lot of like good schools, and I went on the visits, and it was just more of a how would I spend my 4 years here? So like when I traveled somewhere that was in a city, I knew I wouldn't like that because where I'm from, it's very quiet. It's very everybody you have like land to yourself. Like it's all quiet in North Carolina. And going from that to a city, I don't think I would have enjoyed. And so that's one of the reasons why I picked Samford is because it's very quiet. It's in Alabama. It's gated. It's a private Christian, and I really wanted to grow my faith as well. Like we have church hours that we have to do every semester, and I know there I would not only have like softball skills, I would also have like religious skills and life skills that I know would better me as a person.
That's man. That's a good. That's good, right? You're
Mhm.
not going just for a sport, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
going. It's a whole circle. You going for everything,
Yes.
everything there. Not only things. So like you said, you was on the phone. What all those schools. So what were your top three schools that other than Sanford, and then what was like the two other schools that you had in mind that you would maybe have a choice of that you could have committed to?
For me, it was really between Georgia State and Samford, honestly, for me, because Georgia State, all my family's from Georgia. So being in Atlanta, all my family's literally maybe 30 minutes from Atlanta. So I know they come to watch me, and I know that I haven't been around my family as much. And also just seeing people that just like look like me also was a big thing, and then seeing all the girls and how they interacted on the team, I really did love it. It was just because it was in a city, and I know I was just like very hesitant on being like, am I going to spend my 4 years here? Because I do not want to enter the transfer portal at all. I know how stressful that is, and I know like I just didn't want to. And Samford, it was like basically the complete opposite. It's like 2 hours away from Atlanta, so it's not a terrible drive. It's still
Mhm.
further for my parents to come visit me, but I knew literally as soon as I stepped on campus, I was like, this is the place that I wanted to be. Like the campus is beautiful. Everything around it is very nice. It's in a suburb and stuff, and it just reminded me of home, and I knew that I wouldn't be as homesick.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I live in Houston, but I live
Mhm.
kind of like the outskirts of Houston.
Mhm.
Me, I'm from a small town in Louisiana. It's about big as
Mhm.
my hand, right?
Yeah.
Everybody probably can fit right here in my hand.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
from a small town, and so one time there, and I had moved to Texas, and it was like dang. And then so I was in San Antonio, and then I moved to Houston. But when
Mhm.
I here in Houston, I try to stay as much as I can in my area. I don't like to
Mhm.
go all the other places downtown,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I do not like going out there. What's something people don't see that you do behind the scenes that it takes to be successful at your level?
Positive, like mentality and having like good self talk, having a good attitude, knowing that I play a sport that you fail 70% of the time. It's very rough when you're always in a slump or like when you're just not hitting good to like get into your head and be like, well, am I really a good player? Am I this? And I've been having to really like work really hard on just saying, I'm not gonna succeed every single time. I'm not gonna always get on base. I'm not always gonna make a perfect throw. I'm not always gonna field a ball cleanly. And that's just how the game goes. Like you can't escape the failure that you're going to endure. You just have to know how you're going to rise above it, and that's one thing that I've been telling myself, and I think I'm getting a lot better with that.
Okay, that's good. All right, mistakes happen, like you said, you know that.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
how much do like your teammates help you and your coaches help you getting out of those type of situations?
They help me a lot, honestly. I've had teammates to where they'll just ignore you and stuff, and then but me personally, I like a teammate that comes up to me and is like, "You're good. Like I got your back. Like I got you. Like
Mhm.
leave it in the past. Like you're better than that, and you're gonna learn from it. You're gonna do better the next time. Just leave it in the past. I got your back. Your whole team has got you, and it just like reassures me that like we all have each other's back no matter what happens, and we always do. Honestly, like somebody will make an error, and then before you know, it, we make a bang bang play, and we're just like exactly like we got you, girl. We got you.
It got to be a big, all of just all the weight lifted off your
Mhm.
shoulders, right?
Mhm.
So you was a three-time All District MVP. I mean, All District academic. You was an MVP three-time All District team, and then All State your junior year. That was your own field accomplishments. And you was
Mhm.
in the Beta Club. You got honor roll, NFCA All American Scholar, and National Honor Society. So hearing all those things, like, what does that mean to you?
It means to me that I am a student athlete. Like I commit a lot of time to athletics, to softball, but at the same time, I get what's done in the classroom. Like
Mhm.
I got inducted into National Honor Society, I want to say a few weeks ago, and that was like the highlight of my month because it's like I've worked so hard to get into this, having a 3.5 GPA or above, and I know what it took to get into National Honor Society, and I'm willing to stay in it.
Okay. So looking back, how different are you as a player now compared to your freshman year?
I think I'm a completely different player. Looking back on freshman year, I was that timid girl that like you stand into the box and you just know she's nervous. And I was in my shell a lot my freshman year because I had the weight of being of trying to get recruited and like getting looked at by coaches and going to a lot of camps to now. I feel like one, the weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and two, I've just grown into myself. And again, I've had a lot of good like self-talk, and I've just been I've been a lot more confident. Like I can like anybody has told me like you grew out of your shell. Like you look like a completely different girl now. And just knowing that is like, wow, like I can hit. Like
Mhm.
I don't second guess myself when I go up to hit. I'm up there and I'm like, I'm gonna hit this ball. And if I don't, I'm gonna hit in my next at bat.
Okay. How do you approach the game mentally?
I try to take everything that's done with a grain of salt. Um, like if I were to get out, take it with a grain of salt. Oh well, move on to the next play. Like I can't dwell on the fact that I got out or the fact that I made a mistake because the one golden rule is once you make a mistake, the ball will find you again. You can't dwell on it. It's such a fast game to where you can't like you don't have like a timeout or anything that you can like sit on it and then get out of it. Like no, like you make a mistake, the girl's pitching the next ball. So I think just taking it with a grain of salt and just forgetting what happened, moving on to the next has really helped me a lot.
Okay. How do you handle pressure situations in big games or big at bats?
I just try to keep myself calm and relaxed because the pressure, like I've been in a lot of very tight ball games, tight spots where they need me, and I can't work myself up because if I do, I'm going to get out of my headspace and out of my zone when in reality I just need to stay in that zone. So I keep myself calm, collected, and I just keep telling myself this pitcher isn't gonna beat me. This girl isn't gonna beat me. Like there, I'm going to throw this runner out if I'm given the chance.
Okay. So like when the teams that y'all play, do y'all play a lot of other prep schools or do y'all also play like public schools at times?
We play a lot of public schools.
Okay. What type of leader would you call yourself?
I would call myself a strong but also a vulnerable leader. Like I'm a leader that is very, I wouldn't say like strict, but I'm more like stern, but okay, you have to get out of your head. Like you have like the team needs you right now. I need you to do what we know you can do basically. And
Mhm.
but at the same time, I'm also a that's like it's okay to show emotion and it's okay to feel during the game and be very passionate about your sport, but you can't let that take you out of your headspace.
Mhm. So let's say you have a teammate that's just been struggling, right? Let's say y'all go to a games, like you said, y'all travel, right? And they just this weekend they just not it's not them, right? You know what they can do, but like you
Mhm.
said, softball is about failure, right? And they just had just a bad weekend. What's something that you would tell them to motivate them?
I would tell them that the whole team knows how good you are and you know how good you are, but you don't believe it right now. You have to believe in yourself for it to happen onto the field. And at the end of the day, it's just a game. Go out there and play and have fun. And we all got your back. And if you ever need us, we have you. Like, yeah,
It's like if you weren't good, you wouldn't be here, right?
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's like, girl, we know how good you are. Don't even.
Yeah. So like is so you I mean you played in the select world. Is IMG like kind of like a like just a select a national select team or like how do the players how do you have to go to tryouts and everything like to make the team or how is it getting on the team there?
So at the beginning of the year, we had all the 30 girls practice together, and that was basically our tryout until Thanksgiving break. And that's when they split us off into two teams. But but this year, I know for a fact, this year was just about building people up instead of more like focusing on the girls that are already good at the sport and just putting them on the national team. Like I've seen so many girls that aren't on the national team now, but they have completely evolved as players and they look like they've just gotten so much better at if it's either pitching, catching, anything. And just seeing that and I'm like next year they definitely will probably make the national team. So that's what we're focused on this year. And yeah.
Okay, so the national team is the one that travels. Do the other team
Mm.
kind of stay local or how is it?
As of right now, yes. This year we're both more local. Like we only had one tournament out of state and that was in Texas. But like next year I think they're supposed to be going to like supposed to fly to Puerto Rico maybe and stuff like that. Like they're gonna fly to other like states or like other territories, but I think it'll be in a few more years that they'll actually like go to like Spain like the football team does.
Oh, oh wow.
Yeah. Oh
Football team
yeah.
goes to Spain. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. The other teams go places. They go places.
So as a so do people go to IMG mainly for sports or is it for academic things as well?
I would say for sports, all my friends they play sports, but this is a very, very rigorous school as well. Like we're not allowed to make up tests. We don't get curves. Like what you get is basically what you get. And being an AP student, like it's tough. It's tough. It's really hard. Like you learn one unit one day, you have a day off for your B day classes. The next day you learn something else, and you just have to stay on top of it. And I know there are a lot of people here that only go here for school as well.
Okay, okay. That's so you got the softball and I mean every sport. So
Hmm.
and I know how big like the basketball, right? Because that's always my thing,
Hmm.
like basketball. Like do y'all have games like on campus where? everybody go to, and y'all have the whole
Yes.
student section and all that
Yes.
stuff?
Yes, it's so fun. Like we had to like kick off basketball season, we had dunks after dark, and it was like a dunking competition that was so fun, and it was really really fun. And then our regional team had their home game. It was like the first softball home game in history, and
Oh,
they had the basketball teams come out, the lacrosse teams, the
mhm.
football guys, like had everybody come out and support. So the school really does like I mean not the softball, the athletes really do support other sports.
Okay, okay. See, that's what I want to know.
Mhm.
That's a good thing, right? Because
Mhm.
sometimes you have certain sports, and they're like, I
Yeah.
don't really know
Yeah.
what's going on. I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, that's a good thing. So, who has had the biggest impact on your softball journey?
I would say my coach Derek and my coach Justin. They were like my two coaches that I stayed with the longest. And Coach Justin was really he really like built me up as like a slapper. Like he's the one that started me slapping, and he was one that built me up basically everything. Like he was my first coach, and then I went on to my coach Derek, and I was with him for about 4 to 5 years, and I consider him like a second dad to me. Um, he really helped me with the mental part. Like he was a very, very tough coach, and he was a type of coach that would get you out of your head before you got in your own head. And just being with him, I grew stronger mentally as a player, and I also just grew as a player to begin with.
Okay. What's a practice like at IMG?
So tomorrow's Monday. So on Mondays, it's usually different every single day, but on Mondays we have softball school. It's either softball school or study hall for an hour. And then we have lift for about an hour or speed for an hour. And then we have a 2 hour practice. And then Sundays, like on Tuesday, we'll do study hall for an hour. And then we have an hour and a half, or we have an hour of mental, then an hour of softball. And then, like on Wednesdays, it's like a normal lift for an hour, practice for 2 hours. Thursdays, we'll do speed for an hour, practice for an hour, and then Fridays, if you don't have a game, we'll usually go light. So we do like an hour and a half of practice.
Okay. So you said softball school. Can you
Yes.
elaborate on that?
So being a new program, and like just there's a lot of things that I myself like I've never done the book ever.
Hmm.
So we usually take an hour, or like it'll be like a mental performance, but we usually take an hour of like once a week to like learn different skills in softball, or to talk about like the culture that we want to set on the team, what are our standards, what's the mental part of the game,
Hmm.
and stuff like that pretty much.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. You was
Hmm.
like softball school, and I'm like,
Yeah, when
hmm.
we first heard it, we were like, "What is softball school?"
And that'll make everybody scratch their head like
Yeah.
softball school. Wait, we go to school already. What you mean softball school?
Yeah.
What advice would you give your freshman self if you could go back?
To trust and believe in yourself. Um, I was always overthinking like anything in softball, and I always thought that I had to be the very best at everything. And I would compare myself a lot to like girls that would like be hitting bombs every single weekend and stuff like that. But like I'm a slapper, that's almost never gonna happen. Like I'm gonna be the person that gets on and then they hit you in basically. And I'm gonna be the person that has the highest batting average, like being the most consistent, like the most stolen bases, all
Right.
of that, before I'm the girl that I'm gonna be like the 4 hole hitter or like the cleanup spot.
Mhm. Okay. So when you walk off the field for the last time as a high school softball player, what do you hope people remember about you?
I not only want them to remember all like the physical, like the batting averages, the stats that I put in. I want them also to remember how much passion I gave to the team and how much energy I gave, and always being that girl on the team that people look for energy, and always talking somebody up, or just like being the loudest person and the loudest supporters for my teammates.
Okay, okay. Oh, so you that one in the dugout, you starting to chant and all that good
Yes, you
stuff.
know, we gotta put like the Gatorade cups. You make it into a megaphone. That's how we are. We're loud and annoying.
She say
Mhm.
loud and annoying.
Yep, both.
Yeah. Hey, whatever helps, right?
Mhm.
Whatever helps. It don't matter,
Mhm.
right? Hey,
Mhm.
y'all got to match. Y'all got to match us. If y'all got a problem, match what we got going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's some advice that you would give a younger athlete who wants to go the route that you did, as in going to IMG and stuff like that?
To not compare yourself, and to always look to be better. Like this is a school that's not it's they're not focused on how good you are to begin with. It's how like the ability of you being coachable and how much you're willing to put in or try something new with your swing or try something new like in the field or stuff like that so you can now be better. So always have an open mind when you're if you're gonna go the route that I went, like going to IMG.
Okay, okay. So my final question I have for you is, what teammate or friend would you like to see on the podcast?
Honestly, I think anybody from my team, from my IMG team or my travel ball team, they're like amazing, top tier girls. Like they would love to sit down and tell people like how their recruiting journey is going or how it did go and all this. Like they're all so approachable and they're so communicative. And honestly, I really couldn't think of just one, but
Mhm.
like I think any of them, honestly.
Okay, send me a few. Send me a
I
few
got you. I
thing, and
got you. I'll send you the whole team. I got you.
send them all. Send them
I
all.
got you.
I
I
can
got
take one day and just
Mhm.
send messages. I don't mind. Hey, say where I sent you a message out, I'll send them a
Mhm.
message out.
Mhm.
I wouldn't. I don't mind one bit because so like I have a audience. My audience is a lot of the the younger
Mhm.
audience, as in not the parents as well, right? They have a lot of younger kids that plays. I started my daughter. She's her first year 14U. So that's
Mm.
kind of my as in parents, that's kind of my area of stuff. So it's good, to hear the recruiting process and stuff like that, so they'll know what they getting themselves into.
Mhm.
hmm So, Mari, I really appreciate you. It took some time, but we ended up getting this thing going, and it was really good sitting down, talking with you, hearing your process, hearing about IMG Academy. So, I wish you the best. After your first year at Sanford, I would love to sit down and talk with you again
Of
and let
course.
everybody know how it went there as well.
Yeah.
And hopefully you stay injury free and all of that good stuff.
Yes. Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem, no problem. Have a good one.
You too. You too.
All right, all right.